Oh, it is finally time to share this footage. So, here we go. So this is a story about the time I met Tom Kenny when I was 19, dressed as Deadpool, was left hanging on a handshake, got made fun of, and 10 years later ended up standing in line for 4 more hours just to get an autograph, then immediately drove 3 hours home all on the same day. So let's start from the beginning. It's 2015 and me and some friends head to a Comic-Con in Dallas. And for some reason, I thought it'd be a good idea to cosplay as Deadpool. But it wasn't even like a good cosplay, it was just a morph suit that I ended up putting a vest over. Ended up spending more money than I probably should have on that thing. So we're walking around having a good time, checking out the convention, and I find out Tom Kenny's gonna be there. And if you don't know who Tom Kenny is, this is Tom Kenny. He's a very famous voice actor, and he's voiced a lot of cartoon characters, and probably the most famous cartoon character of all time, Spongebob SquarePants. And at first, I did want to get an autograph, but during that time, I was making videos, and I thought it would be a good idea if we did a video for YouTube.
Are you doing tech support?
Yes.
Yeah. How's he doing?
He's doing right. He's doing great.
Okay.
Hey, it's Tom Kenny, the voice of Spongebob, and I'm here at Dallas Fan Expo with my best friend. No, not Gary. Joseph. He doesn't even need to use his hand. This guy's good.
Now, for a little context, if you were born in the 90s or the 2000s, there's a good chance that you grew up watching Nickelodeon. Having various products, cartoons, and even Nickelodeon Studios, which unfortunately I never got to go to because they closed their doors down in 2005. But in the summer of 1999, Nickelodeon would launch a cartoon that would change everything.
SpongeBob SquarePants is coming in July! Be there and be square!
Created by Steven Hellenberg, SpongeBob would mold the childhoods for kids all over the world and is still doing so today. Now, I absolutely love SpongeBob. I do believe that is my favorite cartoon of all time, if not top 3, but SpongeBob just meant so much to me as a kid and even does now. It was the first movie that I ever went to see in theaters, and I just have so many good memories and relationships built off of SpongeBob. So that's why getting a picture, autograph with Tom Kenny meant so much to me. So fast forward 10 years later, and I find out that Tom Kenny is going to be at a convention in Oklahoma. So I knew that this was going to be one of the best chances that I have to redeem myself. But there was only one problem. We only had 1 day to get this done. So being that we had many hours of driving ahead of us, we woke up at 6 a.m., got some Dunkin', and hit the road to Oklahoma. Now there were too many of us, so we did have to take 2 separate vehicles. I had Jackie and Gibbs, and in Mia's car, there was Mia, Johnny, James, and Pansy. Now, the crazy and kind of sad part about all this is, I have no actual footage from the convention that I took, or from the way over there, or really from the day. It all just happened so fast. Now, Panson, who usually films for me, was in the other car, and Gibbs and Jackie were asleep for most of the time. And I obviously couldn't film because I was driving. So after 3 hours straight, we finally got there, and as soon as we entered, I made it my mission to find Tom's booth, because I wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way so that we could enjoy the rest of the convention in peace. And when we finally arrived at his booth, there was already quite a line forming. So I went ahead and hopped in that line, and little did I know that I would be in that line for the next 4 hours. So not being able to film the convention, I gave the camera to Gibbs.
You towing already? What's up, guys? Welcome to Oklahoma Comic-Con 2024. We're just gonna walk around, maybe spend some cash. How spiffy do I look?
Like clean, blah blah.
A pouch for my mystical potions. How much is the one-piece flag up there?
So all of our larger flags are 25 a piece.
I'll come back. How much are the alright, too expensive.
Out today.
You get this?
Just this? You want to do cash or card today?
Card, man.
46 after tax, please. Would you like me to cut open the tape?
So as we finally made our way to the end of the table, I decided that not only was I going to get an autograph, I was also going to get a picture or a video to see if we could redeem ourselves for this whole handshake endeavor. But then, right as I got to the end of the table, I saw the sign that read, "Tom will not be doing videos today." Not gonna lie, I was pretty deflated at that time because I just thought of all the things that we had been through, all the miles we had driven, the very little sleep we got, and I just realized I wasn't gonna get the video. Also, he wasn't doing videos that day because he is in a band and he was singing the next day, so he wasn't going to be doing videos and doing his voices and stuff that could potentially throw out his voice. So that was the reasoning, which I totally understand. So even though we were at the end of the table, and by the end of the table, let me draw it for you. So this is pretty much how it was laid out. We start here and the line goes all the way, but once you get to here is when you get to the end of the table. And on the table is all of his prints and the different things that you can get him to sign, and this is Tom. So as we were at the end of the table, it still took another half hour just to get to Tom. So finally get to Tom, not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous and my camera dies. But let me just go ahead and say this, Tom Kenny is one of the coolest and nicest guys that you will ever meet. I get up there, start telling him my story, and he says, "Well, where's your camera guy? Call him over here. We need to fix this." And then this is what happens next.
Shake your hand and you're like, all right, thanks. And I'm
So,
like, oh.
did I turn away?
Yeah, I was
Did
like,
I turn away?
Okay, I was like, you know,
That
something
is,
like that.
and your friends,
And,
how many years have your friends been making fun of
well,
you?
since 2015. Yeah. And it's all of them over there. They've all been making fun of me.
Well, this is kind of like Back to the Future. We get to go back to where shit went wrong, right? And we can make it right.
There it is.
9 years later. Zoom right in on that.
There we go.
Great.
That's it.
And that was
My
it.
goodness.
No!
Appreciate it, Tom.
Good to see you, man.
Thank you,
That
sir.
is going to make me laugh all day.
Oh man, I hope so.
Hey, your
Appreciate it.
friends are busting your chops.
Thank you, God.
Yeah, so that is one of the coolest experiences that I've ever had. After that, we just ended up walking straight out of the convention. By that time, we had already invested about 8 hours into this day already. We didn't have much more of the day, so we left the convention. We didn't even continue to walk around, and I was in a state of euphoria, so I didn't really care. I got everything that I wanted, even though I didn't expect to get it. So after that, we just found somewhere to eat. Which, by the way, if you live in Tulsa, we went to Red Light Chicken, and oh my god, the best chicken and the best macaroni that I've ever had in my life. If you ever are in Tulsa, Oklahoma, or get a chance to pass through, definitely stop at Red Light Chicken. We didn't even look around the town, so we just drove the 3 hours straight back. So in the end, I just want to say thank you to Tom for being really cool and taking a video even though he wasn't doing videos that day. It was one of the best experiences that I've ever had, and it's a memory that I'll have forever. And it just goes to show you that these aren't just autographs or pictures that we have, they're stories. So once again, thank you, Tom, for everything you've done and everything you will continue doing for us. So I hope you enjoyed this story, and if you have any dope celebrity stories that you'd like to share, let me know. Other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Peace.
Too expensive.